So hi guys, welcome back to Algot. So today we are discussing one more interesting question, that is scramble string. So this question is taken from the lead code. So now let me just give you a quick explanation of the question. So here it is our question. So given a string s1, we may represent it as a binary tree. So we have given a string s1 and we can represent it as a binary tree by partitioning it into two non-empty substrings recursively. So by partitioning a string s1, we may represent it as a binary tree. So below is one of the possible representation of string s1, that is grade, GREAT. Now here we have given, so grade has been partitioned into two non-empty substrings, that is gr and eat. Now gr is being again partitioned into two substrings, that is G and R, and EAT is again partitioned into two substrings, that is E and AT. And AT is again further divided into two substrings, that is A and D. Now to scramble the string, we may choose any non-leaf node and swap its two children. So for scrambling a string, what we want to do, we have to choose any non-leaf node and we have to swap its two children. So basically, let's say if we choose this node gr and if we swap its two children, that is r and g, so we get a string like this. So r g, so now r takes place here, g is here, e it is not changed, so e is here, it is as it is, a and t, and r g e a t. So this is a scramble string that we have found by swapping the children of g and r. So for example, if we have chosen the string gr and swap its children, then it produces a scramble string, that is rgeat, that as we have seen here. So this is the same thing. Now we say that rgeat is a scramble string of grade. So rgeat is a scramble string of grade. Similarly, if we choose to continue to swap the children of node eat and at, it produces a scramble string rgtae. So if you are going to swap the children of eat and then at, so then we get a scramble string like this. So rgtae, where r and g, R correspond to R and G, and TA is going to be TA, and T is now divided into two substring, that is T and A, and TA is going to divide into two substring, that is uh, TA and E. So this is how we are going to represent the next scramble string. So we say that RGTA is the scramble string of grade. So given two strings S1 and S2 of same length, determine if S2 is a scramble string of S1. So this is our question. We have to determine whether S2 is a scramble string of S1 or not. So basically our answer, we are going to return a boolean variable. So our question says we are given two strings S1 and S2, and we need to check S2 is a scramble string of S1 or not. So this is we have to determine. Now I have taken an example, that is S1 is grade and S2 is RGEAT, and we don't know now that these are two are scrambled or not. So we have to check it. Now there are three conditions that we have to check, or we can say there are only two conditions that we have to check. That are, first is, might the both the given strings are going to be a anagram, or we can say, what is the anagram? Anagram is both the strings having same characters and having the frequency of characters are same. So frequency is also same and the characters are also same. So these two strings have the same characters and have same frequency of those characters. So those two strings are called as anagram. So if both the strings are anagram, then only we can say both these might be possible that they are scrambled. So this is our first condition that we are going to check whether, if this condition is false, then we are going to return false from here. Otherwise, we are going to continue. Now, we can clearly see that we can partition our string in n minus 1 different points. So what is the n represents here? So n is the length of the string. So we can partition our string in n minus 1 positions. So there are 4 positions between G and REAT, GR and EAT, GRE and AT, GRE and T. So these are the four positions in which we can split or we can say partition our string. Similarly for this string S2. So firstly, what we are going to do after clearing this condition that both the strings are anagram, then we are going to partition our string at every position. So let's say we partition at this point, so GR and EAT and RG and EAT. Now, if both the strings are scrambled, if let's say both the strings are scrambled, then what does it mean? It means that it is possible that RG, this GR and RG are scrambled, and this EAT and this EAT is also scrambled. If this condition is true, then we can say our string RG grade and RG EAT are scrambled. Now there is one more condition that we can say that my GR is scrambled and this EAT is also scrambled, or we can say when we are going to split these two, then we can say my GR is a anagram of this string. So let me just because of this condition, I have drawn one more tree. In this, what I have done, I have swapped the childrens of RG EAT. So we get the string as EAT and RG. Now, if you are going, this is also scramble string of grade. So now if this condition comes out, then we can say GR is a scramble string of RG. Now in this condition, we are going to check for this S1 and this S2. So let's say, let me just mark it as S2 dash. So for S1 and S2, my left is compared with left, but for S1 and S2 dash, my left of S1 is compared with right of S2 dash. Now similarly, this EAT, for this EAT, my right of S1 is compared with right of S2 dash S2, but it is also compared with right of, sorry, left of S2 dash. So now we can say that we are going to check whether my string GR is present, or we can say a string that is, let's say, denotes it with a symbol X, and we are going to denote its symbol with X dash and Y dash, and let's say this is Y. So we don't know what X, Y and X dash and Y dash are. So what we are going to do, we are going to check if my X is a scrambled like Y dash, or my Y is a scrambled like X dash. So we don't know how these two are scrambled. So we are going to check for th- whether this is scrambled with this one and this is scrambled with this one, whether this is scrambled with this one and this is scrambled with this one. So we are going to check all the four conditions. So this our second condition is that we have taken a for loop to take to partition our string. So there is total n minus 1 partitions. After this, we have taken a if condition. If is scrambled, we are going to take a string 0 to I from S1 and 0 to I from S2. That means we have considered left and left. So left of S1 and left of S2. Now, if these are scrambled, and the remaining condition is that my right is also scrambled with right. So my right is scrambled with right. So let me just write the condition here. Right. So my if my right is scrambled with right, if both these two are scrambled, that means our string that is GREAT and RGEAT is scrambled. So that's why we are going to check that whether these two are scrambled or not. Or we can say, or there is one more condition, that is if this is scrambled with this one, that is my left is scrambled with right. So my left is scrambled with right and my right is scrambled with left. So we are going to check these two conditions also. My left, my starting is checking for the ending and my ending is checking from starting. So these are the two conditions that we have checked. Now if any of the both these two condition is true, then we are going to return true as our answer, otherwise we are going to return false. So basically what we have done, we have checked for the four condition, that is S1 left can be matched with left. If this condition is true, then S1 right going to match with S2 right. If both these two conditions are true, then we are going to return true. Otherwise, or we can say there is one more condition, that is S1 left is going to S2 left and S2 right. So S1 left matches with S2 right, and then S1 right matches with S2 left. If any of the both two conditions is true, then we are going to return true, otherwise we are going to return false. So this is our this is how we are going to do this question. So this is our recursive approach. So basically what we are doing, so we are going to split our strings in n minus 1 ways, and from every way we get two strings, that is a left and a right. So we have two options. So basically there are four recursive calls, that is this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we can say our time complexity is going to be O of 4 power n. So this is a exponential time complexity. So we are going to reduce this time complexity using the DP approach. So what we are going to do, we are going to use the dynamic programming, and we are going to do bottom up DP. So let's see what we are going to do in the DP approach. So we are going to create a Boolean DP array, or we can say it's a 3D DP. So let's just create a Boolean 3D DP of size length cross length cross length. So we have created this Boolean DP. Now what we are going to do, we are going to fill this Boolean DP in bottom manner. So let's see how are we going to fill this Boolean DP in bottom manner. So firstly, what we are going to do, we are just going to store the values for length 1 only. So what we are going to do, we are going to compare the characters present in both the strings, and at the position I comma j, if we get a match, then we are going to make that value true in our DP array. So how are we going to do that thing? Let's see. So basically we are going to use the two for loops. So let's take an example, GREAT and RGEAT. So I is going to iterator for this string s1, and j is going to be iterator for this string s2. So for every for every I, we are going to iterate over the whole string s2, and if we found a match that character at ith position in s1 is equal to character at jth position in s2, then we are going to make it true. So 0 represents that the length that we are comparing, or the length of the character that we are comparing, is 1. Now after filling up these values that we know, we are going to fill up our DP in whatever manner. So how are we going to do this? So we are going to use the 4 for loops. So first for loop is using to choose the length. So what is the specific length that we are going to choose? So basically our work is to split our string, that let's say x, into two parts, that is x dash and x double dash, and these two parts are non-empty. So these two are basically substrings of x, and these two are non-empty. So this is our work. So this length, this for loop of length, this for loop helps us to split the given x, or we can say given string, in variable lengths. So length is from L equals to 1 to L smaller than length. So let's say take an example, great. So here length is 5. That means our loop runs for 4 times. That is 1 for 1, 2, 3 and 4. So L equals to 1 represents we are going to check the length of 2. L equals to 2 represents we are going to check the length of 3. L equals to 3 represents we are going to check the length of 4. And L equals to 4 represents we are going to check the length of 5. Now after this, what we are going to do, we are going to take two for loops to get the substrings and compare them. So these two for loops helps us to get the substrings of the given string. So these two for loops are basically generating the substrings, and another loop gives is used to iterate over the substring that we have generated. Now there is a if condition. So this if condition is similar to what we have done in our recursive program. So what we have done in our recursive program, we have checked whether this S1 left is matching with S2 left, and S1 right is matching with S1 right is matching with S2 right. If this condition is true, or S1 left is matching with S2 right, and S1 right is matching with S2 left. If any one of these two conditions is true, then what we are going to do, we are going to make the dp of I comma j comma l is equals to true and break from this for loop, and we are going to continue this work. So this is how we are going to fill up the dp array. So and afterwards, after this whole for loop, we are going to return our answer as dp of 0 comma 0 comma length minus 1. So this is our answer. Now what does dp of I comma j comma x represents? So I comma j comma x represents we are going to check the s1 left with s2 left, and so there is an and condition. Dp of I plus x plus 1, j plus x plus 1 and l minus x minus 1, what this represents? So dp of I plus x plus 1, j plus x plus 1, l minus x minus 1 represents checking the string s1's right with s2's right. So if these condition, or, so there is a symbol of or, and dp of I comma l plus j minus x comma x, what does this mean? So I dp of I comma l plus j minus x comma x represents checking the string s1's left with s2's right, and similarly dp of I plus x plus 1 j and l minus x minus 1 represents dp of I plus x plus 1 j l minus x minus 1 represents checking the string s1's right with s2's left. So basically it is s2. So the if condition, so this is our if condition basically. So I have just elaborated what does this means. So our if condition means that we are going to check all the four conditions that we have checked in our recursive approach, and if any of these any of the conditions that is true, then we are going to make the dp of I comma j comma l equals to true and break from this two. So this is how we are going to fill our dp array. So let's see. So here we have, I have already drawn the dp array. So the, let's say this is our s1 and this is our s2. So firstly what I have done, so I have created 5 2D arrays. So basically if you are going to stack them up, so it will look like this. It will look like a 3dp. So basically we can't form a 3dp on 2D paper, so that's why I have created 5 2D dps. So basic, because the length of the string is 5. So firstly we are going to fill for length equals to 1. So now what we are going to do, we are going to, for every character in S1, we are going to check the whole string S2, and if we get a match, then we are going to fill that position as true. Otherwise all the position data present in my 3DP is false initially. So firstly for G, so let me just take iterator and marks 0 1 2 3 and 4, and 0 1 2 3 and 4, and this is J. Now for I equals to 0, that is character G, it is been matched with J equals to 1. So I 0, J 1, so we are going to make it true. Now for I equals to 1, so I'm not going to iterate for whole, so I'm just basically doing it a faster way. So when I equals to 1, we get the similar character at 0th position, so J equals to 0. So I1 and J0, so we are going to make it true. So basically we are doing our work for length equals to 1 right now. Now what we are going to do, we are going to shift our I. Now I points to 2, so character at I equals to 2 is E. So basically it is also E, so J equals to 2, so I2 J2 is equals to true for length equals to 1, so it is also true. Now after this what we are going to do, we are going to check I3, so J is also 3 now, I4 and J4. So these are our base values, or we can say these values we know. Now for length 2, so for length 2 what we are going to do, basically 1. So for now I equals to this, so considering these two in pair, now for this pair we are going to consider every pair in our S2 string. So we are going to consider first these two pairs. Now considering these two pairs, we are going to cut. So for iterating over this substring, what we are going to do, we have taken a for loop x. So this x helps us to iterate over this substring. So what we are going to do, we are going to split it here. Now checking the left of the current string is matching with the left, no. So now it is not matching, then this condition is false. Since this condition false, we have one more chance, that is OR condition. So we are going to check if starting is checking for the left. So S1 left is with S2's right. So S1 left is this one G, and S2 right is G. So this is matching. Then we are going to check S1's right and S2's left. Then these two are also matching. Then what we are going to do, we are going to place at I comma 0 and j comma 0. So at I comma 0 and j comma 0 in length 2, we get a match. So that means we are going to place true here. So we are going to place true here. Now afterwards we are going to check these twos. So RG and GE are not matching. Then we are going for this EA, GR and EA is not matching. Then we are going for these two, since this is also not matching. Similarly, when we have done our work for GR, what we are going to do, we are going to shift our work to next to. So we are going to consider RE. Now RG is matching, no. G is matching, no. EA matching, no. AT matching, no. Similarly EA, so RG matching, no. G matching, no. EA matching, so we can check now for EA. So left is matching with left and right is matching with right. So for I equals to 2 and j equals to 2, because we are taking the starting position, so I is 2 here and j is also 2 here. So I equals to 2 and j equals to 2 and length equals to 2, these are matching. So I equals to 2 and j equals to 2 is matching, so this is true. Now 8 for EA, we are going to check 80, is it matching, no. Now we have done our work for EA also. Now we are going to shift our work to 80. Now what we are going, so my work for is for 80 now. So for 80 we are going to check the two pair of two in S2. So RG is not matching, G is not matching, EA is not matching, then 80 is matching. Since the left of S1 is matching with left of S2, so I equals to 3, J equals to 3, so this is matching. So for I equals to 3 and J equals to 3 and length 2, we are going to put true. So I3, J3, we are going to put true here. Now after this, we have completed our work for length equals to 2. Now what we are going to do? We are going to do our work for length equals to 3. So let me just rub this. So now what we are going to do? We are going to do our work for length equals to 3. For GRE, what we are going to do? We are going to check for this GRE. Now, if we split here, is this S1 left is matching with S2's right? No. Now what we are going to do? We are going to check S1's left is matching with S2's right. Since this, it is not matching. So what are we going to do? We are going to take a split here. Then GR and RG. So for I equals to 0, J equals to 0, length equals to 2. Now I0, J0, length 2, it is true. That means GR and RG are already a scrambled string. Now we are going to check for E. So E is also matching with E. That means GRE is a scrambled with RGE. So I equals to 0, J equals to 0, length equals to 3. We are going to put true. So this is true. Now for another part, we are going to take another pair of 3. So GEA. So GEA is also not matching. So we are going to take another part in S2 or another pair in S2, E80. So E80 is also not matching. Now we are going to take REA. So REA. So RG is not matching. GEA is also not matching. EAT is also not matching. Now we have done our work for REA. Afterwards, what we are going to do? Or we are going to do our work for EAT now. So for EAT, RG is not matching, GEA is not matching, EAT is matching. So if you are going to split it here, so EA is matching. So let's say E is matching. So and AT, that is I equals to 3, J equals to 3 and L equals to 2. So AT and AT are also scrambled strings. And how we know that AT and AT are scrambled strings? By looking at this length 2 array, 2D array, that I equals to 3 and J equals to 3 and length equals to 2. We know that these two are scrambled strings. So for length, S1's left is equivalent to S1's right, and S2's left is equals to S1's right is equals to S2's right. So what we are going to do? For I equals to 2, J equals to 2 and length equals to 3, we are going to put true. So I equals to 2, J equals to 2 and length equals to 3, we are going to put true here. So now we have done our work for 3. Now we are going to take the string of length 4. Now here what we are going to do? We are going to take a string of length 4. So GREA, RGEA. That so firstly we are going to split at G. So that means this one. So G and R is not matching. Now we are going to check for S1's left with S2's right. So S2's right is also not matching. Then we are going to take a split here. Now GR and RG. So what we are going to do for length, this now length is 2 for GR and RG, and I equals to 0 and J equals to 0. So we are going to check I for at I0 and J0 and length 2. So for length 2 is this one and I0 J0 is true. That means GR and RG is scramble string. Now EA and EA. For these two, what are we going to do? I equals to 2, J equals to 2 and length equals to 2. We are going to check at this position also. Now length is 2 here and I2 and J2 is also true. That means EA and ER are scramble strings. So what we are going to do, since these two conditions are true, we are going to put I equals to 0, J equals to 0, and length equals to 4 as true. So I equals to 0, J equals to 0, and length equals to 4 as 2. So length 4 is this one, I0 and J0 is this one. So this is true now. Now afterwards, what we are going to do, we are going to check for GEAT. So GREA is not matching with GEAT. So we have done our work for this GREA. Now what we are going to do, we are going to check for REAT. So RGEA is not matching, GEAT is also not matching. So we have done our work for length equals to 4. Now what we are going to do, we are going to take the length 5. For length equals to 5, what we are going to do, firstly we are going to split at this position, this G. Now S1's left is not matching with S2's left, so we are going to check S1's left is matching with S2's right. Since it is also not matching, then what we are going to do, we are going to take a split here at R. So now what are we going to do, we are going to check for I equals to 0, J equals to 0, length equals to 2. At this position it is true, so basically this is my length 2. So length 2 is here, and I0 and J0, it is true. That means GR and RG are scramble strings. So that means S1's left is matching with S2's left. Now we are going to check S1 side, is it matching with S2's right. So for this, what we are going to do, we are going to check for I equals to 2, J equals to 2, length equals to 3. So I2, J2, length 3. So length 3 is this one. I2 and J2 are true. That means S1's right is also matching with S2's right. So this means what we are going to do, our condition is true, and we are going to put for I equals to 0, J equals to 0, and length equals to 5, we are going to put true. So length 5 is here, and I equals to 0 and J equals to 0 is this one. So this is true. Now we have completed our whole four for loops. So after this, we have considered the length 5. Now our answer is going to be dp of 0 comma 0 comma length minus 1. So that is this dp. So 0 comma 0 comma length minus 1 gives me true. So answer is going to be true. That means GREAT and RGEAT is a scramble string. So now I hope you got the concept behind this question and how to fill the 3DP array, and how are you doing this in bottom up way. So let's discuss about the time complexity also. So basically we have taken the 4 for loop. That means the time complexity is going to be of n power 4, and the space complexity is going to be of n cube, because we have taken a 3DP. So in the recursive approach, our time complexity is exponential time complexity, that is 4 power n, and we have reduced it to n power 4, and our time space complexity is of n cube. So I hope you got this solution, and I hope you like this video. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel Algots. And if you have any doubt, please come ask in the comment section, and the question link and the answer link are given in the description. So please like, share, and subscribe to our channel Algots. Thank you for watching.